All right, so let's do it. This is going to be a little bit all over the place, guys. I have some stuff laid out here, but in reality, I'm probably not going to be able to stick to all of it. It's probably not going to be my best demon time rant. Let's just go through a story, okay? Well, let's just start off with Low On, right? So we watched Low On, if you guys don't know, and basically we were watching Low On, and when we were there going into it, there was like some things I was feeling when we were going through it, right? I'm making this bingo board, and as we're making the bingo board, people are asking for a bunch of things. And I'm like, oh, this is never going to happen at Summer Low On, you know what I mean? Like, well, you know, these things are never going to happen at Summer Low On. There's all these like weird changes and things that people are asking for. And I'm like, this is never going to happen. And then as we're going through the show, instantly when the three guys came out and there was no Gold River, I was like, ooh, this is going to suck balls, right? Like that was my honest first. I didn't see Gold River come out, and I'm like, all right, well, already we have the three bozos, you know. And then so as the show starts, it's like every other Low On, to be honest with you, right? Every other Low On, they show the things that they have done, and that for me that was normal, you know, at the beginning of the show. And there was two things. Like the first thing I noticed, everyone was spamming like Shift G, Shift G, Shift G, Shift G, and I'm like, holy fuck, people are really mad. You know what I mean? People are so fucking mad. They're spamming Shift G, Shift G, Shift G, Shift G, Shift G. They just want to get through all of the stuff, right? And so as we're going through it, I was like, holy fuck, people are fucking really mad. But they were going through the first segment, right? The first guy had an L presentation because he was just covering things that they've already done before. And normally, like, again, going into it is like, these are the things that are expected, and normally people are okay with this kind of shit, right? But nobody wanted to hear any of that. And so my first thing was like, wow, people are fucking really mad. But they were going through it really fast, right? Very, very, very fast. In the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, well, they're going through it really, really fast, so maybe they have a lot of good shit to share at the end, okay? Then the second guy comes out, and he starts showing off the class thing, right? And the class reveal trailer. And usually, again, people are really, really excited about that. And I could tell, granted, there was a lot of people here, but even then I could tell that people were, they were not that, and it wasn't that the class didn't look cool. I actually thought the class looked really cool, right? Even for me. But people were like still not having it, right? Then they were showing all the other stuff off that we always see, right? Things that we knew were going to happen. People didn't care, right? And so I'm like, wow, this is getting, you know, people are getting really and it started to fucking annoy me, and I'll explain why it started to annoy me a little bit. And then when we got to the end of the show, all of the good stuff, right, that they were announcing, nobody actually really cared. It was all like, there was a couple people that were actually really happy about it, but overall, there were a lot of people that still didn't care. You know what I mean? And then when the show ended, as it was wrapping up towards the end, and they started moving on to other QOL, I'm like, oh, it's not happening. It's not happening. You know what I mean? It was at that point that I realized we weren't going to get the homework changes. Right? I realized right there we weren't going to get the homework changes. Okay? And then so Loa On wraps up. And it's a lot of people that are angry at me for the whole, like, just, not a lot of people, but I shouldn't say that. There were some people that are mad that I told them to quit the game. Which I still stand by. And I still think you're a fucking moron. If you are playing this game and you are hate fucking the game, some people would go, well, you know, don't just tell me to quit. It's because I like the game, but I just want to see it better. You know what I mean? That's what people would... But there's a difference between wanting the game to improve and hate, right? And I think there's a lot of people that don't realize it. A lot of you will realize it, right? A lot of you have like the IQ, the brain capacity to understand what I'm saying, right? But there are some people that... are a little like, they don't realize that they like are in a hate fuck relationship with the game. Like it's like an unhealthy relationship with, you know what I mean? You know, this thing's fucking up your life. I mean, listen, how many of you guys have ever been in a bad relationship with a girl? It really is the same thing. And that's like not even a good place to be in with video games in general, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm going to be real with you. That is not a healthy relationship to be in with a video game at all. Like even the comparing it to a girl, if it's even in that ballpark for you, that is not good. Okay? It's not good. You should not like be in, because it's going to be a rocky motherfucking road for you. You know what I mean? It's going to be a rocky ass road for you. And you know what's really funny is like, actually, I'll pull this up right here. You know, this is a video, long time ago, actually, I had made this video. I actually worked, I've always done stuff like this on my stream. I actually did a presentation. I've showed you guys this before. And it was basically right here. It's the same thing, right? I used to always say, you know, don't invest your life into a game. Learn from experience from me. Like I told you, I fucked up my life. Okay? Remember, this is the knowledge. This is the knowledge that I've gathered along the way. Buy a game, play a game to just play it for a month, 2 months, 3 months. And if you enjoy it, you'll stay longer. Don't invest yourself in this game. It's not worth it because at any point the game can fuck you over. They can do changes that they don't like. They can go from being your best friend to being a company that you don't like anymore. Just go. I mean, let's just listen to that one more time. Yourself in this game. It's not worth it because at any point the game can fuck you over. They can do changes that they don't like. They can go from being your best friend to being a company that you don't like anymore. Just go. Okay? And I still to this day, guys, have been trying to have that approach with games. Okay? I still to this day have been trying to have that approach for games. That's why when you ask me, do I quit X game? That's why when you ask me like what my plans are, what is your long-term plan with this game? Where do you see this game in a year? I don't do that anymore. And that's because of the experience that I had, right? And we'll get more on that in a little bit. But I've been saying the same shit for a long time because it leads you down a fucked path. Thank God. Right? It leads you down a fucked path, okay? Then the next morning comes out, right? So after Low On, we have, and I see this, right? So I say this statement, people are fucking super mad, and it's just from experience, okay? It's just from experience. That's why I said that. Because it wasn't like I'm super holy and mighty and da-da-da-da-da. It's because I had been there before, right? I was Tyler 1 for World of Warcraft, right? Fast forward the next morning, Amazon drops some really big fat W news. And I want to point to a little bit of the irony of this W news, by the way, okay? So we get this fat QOL, right? An update. The next morning, which is, by the way, this was a Saturday, right? This is Saturday morning. So meaning that Amazon already, again, I've told you guys that they already know what's going to be at Low On. You want to know why they know? Because they had that letter. Thank God. Okay? They had that letter that laid out all of the things that they were going to be doing, right? And so, Zoom and Park knew, right? And so then the letter drops, and that letter, by the way, is the QOL that people were shift-G'ing at Low On. Now, granted, I can understand that you think you wouldn't be getting those changes anytime soon, but then I told you guys, like, oh, we're probably going to get this stuff soon. And everyone's like, thank God. Like, keep dreaming. You know what I mean?
I got married
and then
on
next
Saturday
morning
talk.
they dropped it. So they obviously wanted to, they were waiting to just do it the next morning because they knew there'd be some people that might be upset or whatever, or they want to make some people happy, right? And so the next one they drop it, and this is a massive W. And I don't want to actually underplay it because I have heard some other people talking about the thing, that it's not really a fix or whatever, and that it's just a Band-Aid. And granted, it's going to make the summer a lot more fun. And if you're really not even trying to do hard econ, which 99% of you aren't, because honestly, it's not even worth doing whatsoever. It's only worth it if you want to do it. You don't really get anything out of doing it, and it's not worth the cost, right? You don't have to do anything all summer. You literally don't have to do anything all summer. A lot of you, I would say a majority of the endgame players that are 1580, and some of you are close, you don't got to do anything all summer. The whole summer, you can just play the game and do whatever the fuck you want. You don't even have to play the game. You dead ass don't even have to play because the next raid's 1580. And the reason why you're already 1580 today is because our version of the game has always been better, okay? I've been saying this for a long time. Yes, we have the bots. That sucks dick, and I'm not going to underplay that. But we've always got QOL earlier than Korea did. Yes, Korea got it before we did, but we got it at an earlier stage in the game. And for us, that change that they're getting for where we're at in the game is massive. It's absolutely massive, right? It's a huge deal for anyone that ever decides to get into the game. And yesterday when I was in the game, I ran into Tiny, and although the game has like 30 at peak 40K active players or whatever, there was a bunch of little Makokos running around again. A bunch of them. I saw like 2 bots, and there was a bunch of little Makokos running around again. And I'm like, fuck, bro, like, where are these people coming from? And it's crazy to me that there's actually Makokos that run around in the game after all the Doomer news, right? And I was saying, like, where the fuck are you guys coming from? And I was just chilling off stream talking to Kanema, right? And anyway, so I've always stood by that. I thought our version is better. We get easier honing before any other region. We get more materials. We've been getting more materials. Like, I remember when we were sitting at dinner yesterday, we were talking. This is going to be a long rant. We were talking at dinner with Kanema, and he was saying that, because they don't know, like, the point is that no one else knows about our region better than the people that play on our region actively, right? And so it's not easy for these KR streamers to relate to how our region actually is structured. It's not, because they don't play over here, right? They don't play over here. They can dabble in. It's like me, like, I don't understand how KR works a lot, right? Because I don't log in over there a lot. I can't even read Korean. You know what I mean? I have to go. My point is that for us, when Voldic came out, right? When Voldic came out, or when Kangol came out, I remember when it came out, it was like, who has a character at 1580? Some of you motherfuckers have like multiple characters close to 1580. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, like, I look at Hone's roster, Ellie's roster, some of you motherfuckers have multiple people at 1580. And you could if you wanted to, but you don't, right? Some of you motherfuckers have like a character easy at 1580. Now, that's like not everybody, by the way, not everyone. Not everyone. But my point is that, like, our version has always had more expresses in a short amount of time, making it easier to make alts. And we've had more, you always have an event. And people underestimate that event, right? They get the little mobile game thing where you roll for some bullshit ass fucking, like, you get like a fucking, blue card XP. That's the RNG of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't go to the vendor and milk the whole thing in one day. They get an RNG card vendor, right? And so for us, we've always had it better. It's always been easier to hone, always had better rates, always easier to progress. And for some people, that still isn't enough, okay? And so the reason why Lost Ark is not giga popular in the West anymore, guys, or whatever, you want to know why? Because Western play, it's a niche game. Just like I said it beforehand, guys, and the guy at Amazon got mad at me. It's a niche motherfucking game. Nobody wants to see their materials explode in their face. It takes a different kind of human being to grind something, go to a vendor, and watch it explode. That is not for everybody. That's not for everyone. That's not for, like, every human being, right? But if you played Korean MMOs, you're used to it. It's just part of the game. For me, I don't really give a fuck. It's just, I'm a little gamba. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of gamba. But it's not for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, that's not, that is not like something that everybody is used to, right? They like to, I'm going to go do my dungeons, and I'm going to spam this dungeon. I'm going to do every week after week. Oh, shucks, brother. I didn't get this dungeon. It didn't drop my bow today. I guess I'll try again next week. I'm going to go get my little bow this week. Oh, shucks, brother. It didn't drop again. I guess I'll go again a little next week, brother. Like, that's not like, it's two different audiences, right? A Korean MMO structured the way that it is never going to be something that's giga successful, just innately the way the games work. Okay, some people like to grind. They enjoy the grinding of things. Dude, even I would say Diablo, Path of Exile, those types of games are as similar to a Korean style grinder game. And our version, again, is the least grindy out of all of the versions of Lost Ark. It is the least grindy. And people still like, this is too much. Now, granted, there's a lot of, like, just, If you look at all the boys now in Korea, what are they all doing? They're all dropping their characters, right? All of them are playing 1 character, 2 characters, 3. Everyone's dropping their characters. Why? Because I told you, boys, it is too hard in AIDS to maintain that many characters and push them. It is not worth it. They cost too much. It's too fucking AIDS. And I've been saying it for a while, right? The same way as I've been saying the game needs a reset for over a year. Right? And then I remember sitting there and there's Oddity in the chat, Mr. Uchisimo in the chat, tell me that's going to kill the game. It's going to blow up the game. It's a terrible. Now everybody's saying we need a reset. We need a reset. We need a reset. Right? That's what everyone was saying. But I'm like, dude, if you want the game in the long term to be successful, right? If you're going to have this fast content pacing, not everyone, I think a lot, I'm telling you, there are a lot of people that were saying I was stupid. Okay, maybe not everyone, and you might be a high intellectual being, and that's great. But a lot of people said that they should reset. Now the bald man saying, and you want to know what's funny? When the bald man says, we need a reset, everyone's like, true, base king, true. I've been saying this shit for a long ass time, boys. I've been saying this shit for a long motherfucking time. And then everyone's like, Stoopzz, you dumb as fuck. It's because you swipe in the game. That's because you spend money in the game. Look. Like I said, boys, you may not like that I spend money in the game. You may not like the way that I sound, the way that I talk, the words that I use. It doesn't change the fact that I was fucking right. Okay? And now everyone's like, oh, let's do a reset. Why? The game, the reason why Lost Ark over other MMORPGs needs a reset is because the game constantly resets. Your actual progression, other than your cards, which everyone agrees are terrible, other than your gems, which a lot of people think they should be roster bound, other than those, you're already resetting. And so because gear isn't permanent, it's not like BDO where your gear is like, Ellie, like I said this on my ult stream, Ellie could not log on BDO for a year, come back to the game, and she's juiced to the gills. Maple Story, you could have been grinding your dick off a year ago, come back to the game, and you're pretty fucking juiced. Right? Your gear has relevant value. Like it maintains value. You don't log on Lost Ark for 6 months, you're not juiced. Right? So you're already falling, but that type of gameplay where you don't increase the floor, which they try to do, but they don't, where you don't increase the floor and the ceiling is ever expanding, it needs a chance for people to get in. So now everyone's saying we need a reset, right? But that's not something by the way, if it was something they're working on, that could explain a whole lot of why Korea is getting slower content pacing. If that's the real, for this game, that's the real, the real question is are they working on it? Because it's not like it's going to be overnight. That thing's going to have been taking a long motherfucking time to make. You'd have to have new systems, new raids while you're working on the current raids. While you're working on Theamine, you have to be working on that, right? It's not like, yo, we're going to announce it. We can get it together in 3 months. That could be a reason why the slower content pacing exists in the game, right? Because you have to be working on 2 things simultaneously. And if they announce it, everyone's like, oh, well, why would I play this game? All of my progression and heart. That's true. You can't even announce it ahead of time. You can't even tell people that it's coming that early. Because then what am I even doing in the meantime? Would you want to play in the West right now if T4 was coming out? Like, you'd be like, well, fuck, what am I even doing? I'll come back when T4 drops, right? You can't even do that because some motherfuckers in the world, this part is my little negative rant. Some people in the world don't realize that playing games is for fun. Some people don't realize that you do the raids and the progression for the enjoyment of them. Some people think that it has to be like this crazy fucking investment.
I ripped a massive fart at work today, and about half the people in the store
they're like,
left
what am I going
to
to invest my time into? You know what I mean? How is this going to pay me back? I want my money back. Like, you know what I mean? That's how people view games. Give me back my shit. You took my time from me. Right? Instead of the enjoyment out of the game. And I'm not going to argue about this. I'm not going to debate about this. That's the actual facts of a game. If you get butthurt about your progression and your things like that, your view on your time it's off, my friend. Okay? Your progression, your time, it's off. Now, if the game wanted to not do a reset, sure. But then don't increase the honing levels every fucking few months. Don't add another progression system. Allow people to maintain what they have so new people can catch up. Not where it's like this. And this doesn't even move, right? Lost Ark is a game that is designed for resets. It's just how the game is designed. That's why you have soft resets. That's the way that the game is designed. With all that being said, right, Amazon drops this news, okay? And for me, when I watched Low On, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't think it was that fucking bad. I didn't. I'm sorry to tell you, I didn't think it was that bad. Was it fucking amazing? No. And what did Low On need to be for a lot of people, like Coxon, for example? It needed to be amazing. You want to know why? Because he's burnt the fuck out. He's burnt the fuck out and he wanted something to blow his cock off, right? For me, because I'm not as mentally invested in it right now, I don't really care that much. Was it what I wanted it to be? No. Was it that bad? No. But you know what happens though? What happens for me, I have been low-key disappointed with like the direction of the game for like a year. But I still can have fun in the game because it's not that serious to me. It really isn't that big of a deal. It's not. I'll tell you what is a big deal to me though in a second, okay? But I've been saying for a long time, man, I want more me and Saint were talking on yesterday in the car. I think he was a little sleepy, but I want like professions in the game and other things like that. He was saying nobody does professions in games, but there's a lot of examples of MMOs like BDO, RuneScape, Guild Wars, a lot of games that have a lot of cool horizontal progression-like systems. But my point is, Classic WoW has a great one. A lot of people don't care about that. But my point is, I want more things like that because an MMORPG is about having something for everyone. That's what a good MMORPG is about, is having content. Yeah, that was his Final Fantasy 14, you can craft armor, but he says nobody does that. But that's also, I think his guild is fucking completely useless and you craft your gear for the start of the raid tier, whatever. My point is, it doesn't matter. Even if it's a small amount of people that don't like gathering and crafting, which I think crafting gear is an insanely fun system. I think MMORPGs should be designed for everyone. So that was what I've been saying. But does it really, really bother me? Am I angry about it? No, because I have fun doing the raids and I can accept the game for what it is, and that's what the fuck it is. Okay, whatever. I would like to see the game expand into those things, but that's not my motherfucking job, right? And I've already, after Winter Low On, like, right, I already made a video about all this stuff. I already talked about it. After Winter Low On, I shared in a good way. I had fucking Lustboy translate this whole thing, posted on Inven. Aspen react. I already shared all of the things. One Chaos, one Guardian, invest in new things like sailing, islands, other activities for people to enjoy, right? And then at the time, I'm going to be honest with you again, you know what I got for saying all of these things? You want to know what I got? Nobody cares about those things. That's not what the game is about. I'm not trying to reset my progression. I don't give a fuck about sailing. I don't care about this. That's what I got. Straight up, that's literally what I got from my own community. That's what I got. I remember it. And then as we approach summer, all of the things, right? All of the things that they have been neglecting in the game, right? To some people, which again, I still think, I'm sorry guys, you're not gonna like hearing this, but I have to tell you, I don't think our version is anywhere near as grindy or as bad as the KR version at all. And that's why you're Western players, right? To Korea, half the Korean audience doesn't even care. They don't even care. It's not true. They don't even care. Some people care about the grindiness. You know what they care about? Not getting another vertical raid. That's what they're talking about. Daju and all they want is another raid. They want something to do. They want another raid to do. There are not a lot of people talking about, but I don't blame them too, right? I actually don't blame them because what the fuck are they going to do for the next few months? And what the fuck have they really been doing? You know, when I got into this game, we used to talk about saying, there's a podcast that we did where we talked about Lost Ark. It never has droughts. That's what we used to say. Lost Ark was known for a game that like a 3-month drought was kind of crazy. Now they get droughts like crazy. Now, there's 2 reasons behind that. They're either understaffed or they're working on something else, right? And I still think, again, we can see it in, we'll come back to this. We can clip this moment in time. I still think after Kazaros, it's T4. I still think it's the way that it is. And I think they fucked themselves. I've been saying it a lot. I think they fucked themselves. They should have done it a while ago, and now they can't. And now they're stuck doing this. You can blame people. I still think it's T4. I still think it, but you can never announce that. What are you going to do? Tell them? You're going to tell people, push for Theomine, and then reset everything. Who's gonna do that? Who is gonna do that? If you tell them ahead of time, T4 reset, no one's gonna do that. No one. They're just gonna go play Mushy, which they're already doing anyway. Anyway, you know, I already shared my thoughts about it. And what did I say in that video? If you watch this video, I said that I really told myself I was upset with myself after I made this video. I was upset with myself after I made this video. Why? Because I told myself I wouldn't do it again. And what do I mean by that? Okay, I've literally been here before. For example, I didn't think the low-on was that bad. Why? Because I'm a Western player and I've already got a ass load of things to do. I already do. I have a con coming up, then we're going to have Voldic coming up, and then we're going to have Thamine coming up. And guess what? We're not going to have to wait 7 months for that thing to be developed. We're not. We don't have to worry about any of that. I don't got to worry about shit. I got a lot of shit to do. I don't have to worry about shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about for any of that, right? I don't got to worry about it. And so I don't really care that much, right? And I'm 1580 already. And if I don't want to do hard, I don't got to do anything for the whole summer. I can just say, so I personally didn't care. Would I have liked to see the dailies been reduced? Yes, but what I'd rather have seen is all of the other things I've been talking about. Having other things to do in the game, I think that makes the game better for more people. And that's what Gold River said he was going to do. And then that guy's chilling. I don't know where the fuck he is. But when Low On happened, and these W's happened with Amazon. This morning, Amazon announced that they're region merging EU and EUS and EUC. And they already had said they were going to be doing this, right? And then they ended up doing it for the summer. So if you're on EU, good. I told you it wouldn't happen to NA because the ping. And so, but even news like that, right? When people are so doomer, what happens is that you can't even really be excited about things. You know, if I say something's not that bad and people are angry, they're going to get fucking mad at me. You know what I mean? They're gonna be mad. Like it's like when you're like actually when you're like, hey, this is actually pretty good. People are like, no, it's fucking no, dude, fuck you. Like blah 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 blah. Like, right? Like you're not even be able to be okay about the good changes because everyone around you is super doomer and negative, right? And that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening in the game. Is that it's actually hard to be excited about good changes. What good changes? I mean, I just told you. What Felipe, suck my fucking dick. Okay, what do you mean what good changes? Okay, like that's my point. That's my point though, right? When you're in the same room as someone that's ultimately not in the same, like it's like you can't actually be okay with some of the things, right? Like you can't, it's hard. Okay, and this is all gonna get to what we're going with. And then, right, when there are negative things going on in the game, I do my absolute best to try to help with them. Right? I do my absolute best. I already tried putting out a video to talk to them. Right? So I already tried to putting out a video to talk to them. Okay? And I posted on Inven. I already tried talking to Amazon about some of these things and they showed me some of their plans. I'm like, yo, these are really good. Right? And when the gatekeeping was an issue and the new player systems weren't in the game, we already tried to put together a Discord to help new players get into the game, which I told myself I would never do again. But thankfully this time I have a lot of angels in my chat that were down to fucking put it together because I told myself I wouldn't do this again and I did it again. Right? We already and then you know when I was trying to put together the Discord, right? When I'm trying to make these things better or whatever, people go, you know what they want? They want me to get mad about things. Right? And when I'm doing the Discord, they're like, oh, like, that shouldn't be on you. Let them fix the situation. It's like, bro, I'm trying to do what I can to actually make things better. Right? Rather than sitting around and just bitching all the time and complaining, I'm trying to actually do it. I'm trying to make things better. Because you want to know the truth, boys? You want to know the truth? They don't give a fuck. You think tomorrow, if I'm ultra mad, it's going to change anything? You think tomorrow, I'm just going to play something else? People are already playing. I watched Daju play Maple Story in our chat. Hunong Sucks playing Maple Story, right? All these other people are online on the fucking, there's dead bodies all across Inven. You think the next day, if I start riding on my stream and raging, oh, we're going to fix everything because Stoopzz said so. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You think all of a sudden now that I'm ultra mad, it's going to change the universe? You think if fucking Felipe's ultra mad, they're going to change everything? No. For me, I'm just sitting back with my popcorn and I'm just going to enjoy the motherfucking show because I really don't care like that. Like, I don't care anymore because I've been here and I want to tell you what will bother me. Right now, there's already a lot of doom going on in the community, man. There's already doom everywhere. Why Lost Ark failed in the West? Lost Ark is over, right? There's already a lot of doom in the West. Like, people are already dooming super hard. What the fuck am I gonna do to add to the doom? Am I gonna get the changes done? No. And even if, boys, even if they do a developer live stream, all of the things that people are asking, what are they gonna do? Oh, don't worry, guys. We're gonna push Theomine sooner. Oh, you want more horizontal content? Guess what? It's out tomorrow. These are all things that will take a lot of time to put into the game. It's not like it changes literally anything. It's not like getting mad changes anything. It's not like it's going to be developed tomorrow. These are things that I've been asking for fucking ever. For literally ever. For so long I've been asking for some of this shit. And it's still, to this day, I ain't that mad about it. You want to know why? Because there's a lot of fucking other games out there that provide similar systems. BDO has great open world environment, great profession systems. There's a lot of other games that have things like that, and I can play them all and enjoy them. If I want some of that in the game, I can go play that game. If I want to do some lit raids, I can go play Lost Ark. Would I like Lost Ark to be an all-encompassing game that has everything? Yes. Yes, I would. Of course I would. But guess what? That shit's going to take a while to develop. Take a while to develop. Upgrading in BDO is AIDS too. You can just buy the gear. First of all, upgrading in Lost Ark sucks fucking dick. If you think that, it sucks fucking dick honing. You think it's fun to hone? No. But you play the game anyway. You think it's fun to pity a fucking weapon? No. Go pity your plus 22 bucko and see how enjoyable this is going to be for you. Oh, at least it's not that bad. My item didn't blow up. I only spent like 3 months worth of gold, but at least my item didn't blow up. You spent 3 months worth of gold. Like, you spent what do you mean? Like, you think it's a great system? Pity is capped. Like, the people that act at pity, if the game had pity and you could and it only took 5-6 taps, sure. It takes motherfucking 100. And by the way, it will only get worse. By the way, I just want to let you know this. It will only get worse. The odds only get worse. The amount of taps you need only get worse. It doesn't get better from here. It will only get worse. Anyway, again, you all sick motherfuckers anyway, because if you played the game, you still have easier honing than most regions for alts, and you play it anyway. You want to know why? Because you are the niche community of Korean MMORPGs. And if it's your first MMORPG, welcome to the Korean MMO community, because that's how this game is structured, and that's how all Korean MMOs are structured. They have a lot of bloat, litty combat, fun bosses, and terrible, and like a bunch of like painful honing systems. Welcome to the Korean MMO community, my friends, because that's what good skins, cool music, but that's what it is, boys. That's what it fucking is. With that being said, people got mad at me about this take, right? You know what I mean? People got really upset, apparently, that I told, I hate this game. I'm no longer enjoying the game. If the game makes you unhappy, you should quit. And people got mad, right? That I said that. And the thing is I want to tell you guys a story, right? A story and why I am the way that I am, okay? And I really, 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 really recommend, if you haven't seen the video, to go back and at least watch this video of mine. I promise you it'd be worth your video. It's a really well-made video. Worked really hard on it. But it will at least tell you why the way that I am. I wrote this video with my fucking, honestly, I know this sounds cringy, but I wrote it like with my heart. You know what I mean? I meant what I said in this video. I worked really hard on it to explain to you guys my story about MMORPGs and gaming. Okay? And in this video, okay, I used to play a game called World of Warcraft. When I was playing that game, I used to wake up, and I remember being there, and a lot of you guys, none of you were here except Twan, Yasuo, and Tiny Dam, and like a handful of other people. Right? None of you motherfuckers were here, right? And I was on my peak, okay? I was peaking, Fuzzy too. I was peaking, okay? I was on the climb because I made videos similar to this one. This is actually footage from my video. Added rated digress, okay? I did interviews with developers. I was fucking trying super hard to talk about things that I didn't like about the game. And I was growing. And what I was doing was I was making, I still tried to not be super doomer, but
Gang son, suck my dong.
I still tried to not be super doomer, but I wanted to talk about the issues of the game. And what happened is it got to a point where everyone was coming into my chat and my stream was growing. I was getting more subs than I'd ever gotten before, but it was just filled with doom, right? It was filled with doomers and people that were attracted to the doom. It got to a point though where I actually wasn't enjoying the game either. I hated the game. I logged onto the game and I got super mad. And for me, at that point, I'm like, you know what, dude? I can't fucking take this anymore. I can't take it. I can't take the negativity. And I've talked to you guys about that. I really don't like negativity. I don't like it. I don't like being around it. I don't fuck with it. I think it's super soy, especially when it comes to video games. I get having constructive conversation. But I just think it's a bunch of it's a bunch of people that have very little control over their emotions when it comes to video games. And they think that video games are their life. It's like, I loved her emote. That's the thing. And they don't know how to manage that like feeling, right? They don't know how. And so then I left. Okay. I left the game. I quit to lose a lot of what I had, right? I lost my subs. My sub count went down. And I started playing, I was going to play other MMOs. I quit the game because I literally couldn't stand my job anymore of streaming. I couldn't. I was angry and I didn't want to stream anymore either. And so right now, what happened in WoW is that I've said this before, you can enjoy the game, but because you're surrounded by a sea of fucking doom, your time in the game is just worse. The game becomes insufferable. And that's how I feel. Straight up, I'm at a point where what's gonna make me quit this game is not the game. It's the insufferable, like, just doom in the community. Like, it's so much where I'm like, dude, I can't stand it. Like, I can't stand. Oh. Guys, like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna do? This is insane. Like, what are we gonna do? Just play video games. That's what we're gonna fucking do. That's what we're gonna do. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, what are we gonna do, guys? My investment. Like, just play games, boys. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy your time. Have a good time in your life. That's why we're here. That's why we're in chat today. That's why we're sitting in the stream today. To have a good time. To live motherfucking life. To escape the bullshit outside. To forget about it. Just do a little have a beer, smoke a bowl. Forget about shit. Get jailed. Play mushy game. I don't know. Like, just enjoy what you're doing. That's why we're fucking here. We're not here.
Dang, a whole year.
And if you want to do it, have at it though. But I'm letting you know right now, it was a domino effect in World of Warcraft, an absolute domino effect. No content released for 9 months. Then the breast milk thing happened. And then Final Fantasy XIV came out, and I'm telling you right now, Mushy Game looking a lot like Lost Ark 2 years ago. Mushy Game looking a lot like Lost Ark 2 years ago in Korea. You want to know why Lost Ark got popular? You want to know what the surge of players was? Is they had some raid content, they had a good update, and Mushy Game shit the bed. Now Lost Ark shit the bed in Korea, and so you don't have to do anything. If you actually want Lost Ark to get better, in terms of like other things in the game, not what Amazon is doing, because Amazon has been doing W's for months. They've been doing W's for fucking months, straight up. They've been doing whatever they can to make the game better for you, the best that they can. They have been. Oh no, they haven't, Stoopzz. They haven't fixed this. Remove the item limit. I can't stand my experience in the game. It's unbelievable. I can't stand the restrictions. Oh my. They're doing the best that they can. Okay, is it perfect? No, but they're doing the best. That's what you guys sound like to me. I'm sitting here, I'm just like, dude, like, I don't want to hear that shit. The other streamer or whatever, that Ida, And he was saying that every time something happens in the West, all of the Lost Ark players go, that's what you guys do. You all come over here. I'm fucking ultra mad. I'm fucking ultra mad. I need somebody to get angry with. Arr. That's what you guys sound like. You know what I mean? Like some of you, not all of you, but that's what some of you guys are like. I can't believe they're doing this to me. I'm gonna log on the fucking game and slam my dick against the keyboard. I can't believe this. Arr. I don't know, dude. It's just like that's like what it is. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, bro,
Stoopzz
like,
is
okay,
such a show,
I get it.
OMGMI,
You know, I
right,
get it.
chat
Kind of
Elfire.
annoying. But if anything, it should be laughable, right? Holy fuck, how are they this stupid? Like that's maybe what I'll get like. What are you doing? That's what I'll be like, right? I'm like sweating and shit. But like, you can see how I am now, though, right? I'm all fired up. That's because I can't stand it. That's what's going to make me quit the game over literally anything else, right? Is just the insufferable, I can't stand the doom. And so right now, guys, we are treading on a line. You can choose two things. You can continue to doom and be in a collective doom crew. You know what I mean? You can be the doom crew of Twitch, where you go around and it's just insufferable for everybody around you. And just, I'm unhappy, so everyone has to be unhappy. I'm not going to quit the game either. I'm just going to stand here and fucking rage all day. Or you can fucking just play less. You can just play less or just not play. That's why I'm playing Mushy Game, because I'm having a good time on Mushy Game. And then people are like, why are you playing this stupid 2D scroller game? Because it's fun. It's fun. I enjoy it. Oh, BDO is so bad. I'm going to sit here and just not play other games and just shit on everything else because life is terrible. This is fun. It's enjoyable. It has things that I enjoy. Oh, but the combat isn't as good as Lost Ark, so I'm just going to sit here and be a doomer all day. I'm never going to play anything else. Then sit there and do it. Have at it. But don't come to me and ask me why did you quit Lost Ark, Stoopzz? No, I'm just playing games for fucking fun. I'm trying to enjoy my life. If the game has a cool update, I like to play it. We want to sit here forever and just be upset about small things? So I showed you guys this post on my alt stream, right? This motherfucker is a weirdo. Okay, and he probably likes that I pulled him on chat, right? So somebody posted my take on the thing, or I was laughing that people are mad about the game. I said, Lost Ark is doomed. Suck my balls. It's a Mushy Game angle. And so somebody posted this, right? And then the weird guy that went on, the weird guy that's banned in my chat, where he constantly goes around and talks shit on a bunch of streamers on Reddit. I get sent his posts all the time, but then goes to Saint stream. After he says, I don't give a shit about streamers, why would I watch them? Just sucks their dick. Just pretends like, just super like, I don't watch streamers, they're terrible. And then he goes to Saint stream, oh, Mr. Sainty Poo, how are you today? Right? That's what he's like, right? Goes on to, he says, we'll see in a year when he's back living in a closet with his brother's dog, streaming WoW and making YouTube videos nobody watches, but he's still smiling. Let's be honest, bucko. All of my videos that are not Lost Ark do better than my Lost Ark ones. All of my videos that are not Lost Ark do literally better than my Lost Ark ones. Why do I post them? Because I play Lost Ark. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Dude, when I let my WoW video has more. Even my TL video has more than my Lost Ark videos. You know what I mean? Even my TL videos have more views than my Lost Ark videos. Okay? My BP video has more. My Diablo video has more. My WoW video has more. You want to know why they get more? Because I make fucking good videos. You want to know why? And by the way, when I was living in the closet, which by the way, living with Chia and my brother was lit. But when I was living in the closet and I was making more money, right? And I was living in the closet and I didn't have a lot of money. You want to know what I did? I still quit the motherfucking game. Because I thought I could do it. I'm like, fuck it. I think I make good videos. I'm going to quit and try what else. And guess what? I made it. So I'm not tripping, boys. I'm telling you right now, if it's super doomer and it gets like this, that will make me quit the game. But not because of the game. You want to know why? Because I've met a lot of good people in the community, man. I still like doing this shit with my friends. I still fucking like playing with Coxon. And he's like, you want to cut my stone, man? I still like playing with Yosung. I still like the boys in the Korean MMO community. You want to know why I like Korean MMO community? Because they also play other ones. Half my chat plays Mushy, my other chat's playing BDO, and it's fucking fun. I still like the community. I still enjoy being here. It's just for fun for me. And if that thing turns against me, right? If that is the reason why I don't enjoy playing the game, then that's all I have left here. Because it's not really about the game for me. It's about the people that I play with. It's about that experience. It's not really about the game. I'm not like, yo, Chaos Dungeons are lit. This is so much fun. I love doing the same thing over and over again every day, even though every MMORPG is like that. That's what Fuzzy was saying. Dude, fucking Fuzzy too, right? I like playing Diablo too because of Fuzzy, right? We're all playing together. He's like talking about Lost Ark. I love doing the same thing every day over and over again. Meanwhile, we're playing Diablo 4, and guess what we're doing? We're doing the same thing every day over and over again. And we're like, Champion's Demise, it's fucking lit. We were doing the same thing anyway. You know what I mean? It's the same shit no matter what you motherfucking do. You want to know what makes doing the same thing every day over and over again? Is the community, the people, and the friends. And if that becomes insufferable, then I ain't gonna stay. That's what's gonna make me fucking leave. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna say L-Fire in the chat. Not because of the game and what they're fucking doing. Like, I'll just play less. Whatever. Right now, for me personally, I'm in a legit motherfucking spot. Because I'm 1580. A lot of you motherfuckers have more. A con's out in August. If I want to do normal, I don't have to do anything. I get to make a new character with the new system. All of my characters are going to ancient gear. I never have to do hard brow literally ever again. I get easier honing for any character. I get to farm tripods now from raids. I'm in a great spot. I don't got to do anything at all. Nothing. I can just sit here to the end of motherfucking time this whole summer and enjoy it. Mushy Game has a fat update. BDO's Loa On is this weekend. They just released an expansion. We're probably going to get like a BP fucking beta. I'm chilling. I don't really give a fuck. And if you think I'm going to sit here and just be super angry for the entire summer, it's lit. It's lit. It's I get to do, no, we have the new update also. Now I can do raids to get tripods. And it's the amulet. I don't have to go for orange. I can pick what I want. This is great for me. I can just have fun. Fuck it. All of those things are good. And so if you want to be angry about it, if you want to come up with some cool ideas of what you think the game should do, sure. I'm all for it. But I am not going to sit here and doom crew for fucking, I can't fake it. I can't. This is what fires me up, right? This is what gets me mad. It's not the game. It's just the way that people take it too serious. So this is my advice to you. But I'll take it back to exactly what I said before, guys. And this is the same thing. I'm telling you from my personal experience. If you don't want to take it, it is a fast track to being a emo soy boy about a video game. Okay, here we go. I'm going to play it one more time. That or not. The final and most important point with all of this stuff, when you're picking your new game or you're considering playing a new game, you need to not be on copium. Just like the guy that gets all offensive. You don't want to be the guy that's super defensive about your game. You just don't want to be that guy anymore. Trust me, learn from experience from me. Like I told you, I fucked up my life. Okay, remember, this is the knowledge. This is the knowledge that I've gathered along the way. Buy a game, play a game to just play it for a month. 2 months, 3 months, and if you enjoy it, you'll stay longer. Don't invest yourself in this game. It's not worth it, because at any point the game can fuck you over. They can do changes that they don't like. They can go from being your best friend to being a company that you don't like anymore. Just go into the game and see if you enjoy it and have fun. That's all you're doing. Seeing if you're getting value for your money. The final, okay, this is 1 year ago. This is 1 year ago. Same shit, same advice, same scenario, same thing. And it is what it is. So I am doing a podcast with all the boys, and I'm going to do my absolute best this podcast, because I know the last podcast, I missed the mark. I did. My last podcast, I wasn't happy about it. I was tired. It was a long 12-hour day, and it wasn't my greatest podcast, and I apologize about that. That actually upset me because I did miss the mark. And for me, I didn't do the best podcast I could have done. It wasn't a good one for me. I felt bad about it. I was unhappy about it. It just wasn't a good one. So this one, I'm going to let everyone else voice their opinions, because their opinions are equally as important. And so I'm going to have Zeals, ATK, Benji, Saint, and we're going to do like the podcast like we did a year ago, I think, with all the boys. And they could talk about all the other things. You know what I mean? All the other things, right? Because I think at the end of the day, I want that everyone has got valid opinions, but I'm just letting you know, Zealous2Gamer, that's fine. He's upset about the game. That's fine, right? That's fine. I told you guys what I want to say. This is already my take on everything. Do I wish they did other things? Yes, of course I do.